It is Room 442, getting you all set for today's big show. We're going to be talking all sorts of things, some World Cup injuries, Erling Haaland, some good news there for Man City fans. We'll look at Wednesday's Champions League games, full rapid fire there, and of course more World Cup chat, with Group F being looked at, and a juicy chat. Group F, of course, is our very own Canada's group. A bit to talk about there. Mikey Singh and Albert will be in for that one. But Champions League today, coming up in just a few hours. Big games, actually. Today's games are much better, aren't they, than Wednesday's games?
Yeah.
Liverpool, Napoli.
Yeah.
Napoli, why is no one talking about this team, or are they?
I think people are slowly starting to talk about them more and more because they're still unbeaten in all leagues, but I don't think they've gotten the credit that they're due. And they, like I said, they're unbeaten in not only the Champions League, in Serie A as well. And we're talking about a Napoli that lost Insigne. We weren't sure where this Napoli was going to go, and now they're flying high, and they deserve all the credit here.
So is it just me a gimme then, beating Liverpool at Anfield, of course? There's some nice numbers actually associated
I
with
have Napoli beating Liverpool.
See, I just can't do it because of my one-eye bias.
Listen,
I can't bet against my team,
that
but
makes
tell you
sense.
what, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
wasn't it like plus 410 or something yesterday? I'm not sure
It
what
was,
it is today.
I had it plus 320
320.
when we did our rapid fire.
Wow.
So unless it's gone up, I mean, listen, like I said, they're undefeated. Liverpool are coming off of a massive loss to Leeds. They have so many injuries. There's clearly something wrong with this side. The Anfield 12th man effect doesn't seem to be working.
It doesn't, no, you're right.
So, I mean, yeah, Napoli could lose their first game, but nothing is telling me to back Liverpool. Sprinkle a little. The return is great.
Can't do it. I just can't do it. Looking elsewhere, Porto, Atletico Madrid. I want to talk about this quickly, Atletico and Simeone. You follow Spanish football so closely. He's part of the furniture at that club, right? But at what point does the club say, okay, you've been here long enough, it's time to move on? It's not been a great season, and obviously that calamity last week in the Champions League, not necessarily his fault, of course, but this is not the same Atletico Madrid.
It's kind of been like this for the last 2 seasons, though. We haven't seen them do well in the Champions League, Europa League, La Liga, Copa del Rey. So I'm kind of wondering, are they all just okay with it? Do they have some sort of agreement? We're not really sure, right? What happens behind closed doors? Don't get me wrong. Simeone is so exciting to watch, and he really does love this team. There's passion there, but I completely agree. How long are you going to wait until you can no longer give something to this team? Because when you look at this side, they are talented.
Yeah.
And what do you want to keep finishing third in La Liga? Do you want to make a go for it? They haven't made it. I don't think they've won since 2014.
And from their fan standpoint, this is the opportunity, right? As Barca going through what they're going through right now. I mean, they're still in second place, right? They're still right on the cusp of first place somehow. But there's an opportunity there, right? It's not the same Barcelona of previous years, not the same spending power. So now might be that window to jump into that second spot. So to not do it with the talent they have, I think you should be looking at Diego Simeone, who will get a job like that anywhere else. I mean, listen, he's a great manager, but he has to have a team that's built around his ethos.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just, I don't think you put Simeone in any other team and suddenly they're a great team. He's got to bring his players in, nasty, edgy, defensive, right? He's got to be a very demanding manager, I think, but it can work out. So keep your eye on that story.
Yeah, 100%,
I'd say. But
yeah.
again, you've got to have ambition too. And is third place every year good enough for them?
Well, right
Shouldn't
now
be.
they're tied for fourth with Real Sociedad, and they lost over the weekend. And Porto are going to want to win this game because they're going to want to finish at the top. And they're playing in Porto, which they have an amazing record at home. So maybe something happens after today. I'm not sure. I mean, we keep waiting, but
that would give us something to talk about tomorrow, wouldn't it?
Juicy news. Simeone sacked after Porto crushed him 3-0.
Exactly. That Group B, though, I mean, Brugge's been brilliant, of course,
so
but got
good.
smashed by Porto last time. Estacia with a goal, of course. But this group phase, this year's Champions League, often it's kind of maligned. It's been really good. It's good last year as well, actually, in fairness. But it's been really good. A lot of great groups, tight groups. Tottenham's group, of course, with Marseille, with Group D, of course. That's so tight as well. That goes today as well. All 4 teams can still qualify.
No, and I was talking
brilliant.
to Albert about this. I am not sure if Tottenham are going to beat Marseille in Marseille. And in fact, last night, we saw videos on Twitter of Marseille fans blowing up fireworks outside the hotel which the Tottenham players were staying at. Now, we've seen this before in football culture. It's not the greatest thing, but it's happened before. And will it affect the players? Are they going to be drowsy? Who knows? But I already thought that Marseille are going to give Tottenham a run for their money in this match.
Yeah, I think so, absolutely. I mean, Marseille have had moments and flashes this year's Champions League. Obviously, Alexis Sanchez has that Arsenal. He hasn't got an actual tattoo, but a metaphorical tattoo in his heart, right? And he'd love to nothing better than to beat Spurs.
And he didn't play them in matchday 1.
Right, that's right. He was out for that one. So yeah, lots to look for today in the Champions League, and with the time difference in Europe, of course, we have an extra hour. So it's actually 4 p.m. Eastern. Most of these games.
Oh, they've already
this
gone
past
back
weekend.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
so don't forget that. I want to, before we end today, Luis Suarez, Uruguayan legend, Barcelona legend, Liverpool legend as well, I may add. Been playing in Nacional since July. I think 8 goals in like 14 games. Did really well there.
Yeah.
We knew he was leaving, but he came out and said, I'm officially leaving. He thanked the fans. It's a great choice for him. MLS appears to beckon for Luis Suarez. I've got a feeling that for any people out there who aren't necessarily big MLS fans, next year might be a bit of fun because potentially, Messi could be there. It looks like Suarez is going there. You have, of course, the Toronto Bernardeskis and Insignes. There's more coming over. Will they come over to the dark side with a Suarez arriving, do you think?
I think more people will. I mean, Suarez still, like you said, he scored 8 goals in, 4 months with Nacional. He scored in the final. They won the whole Uruguayan league. Like, he's not, I know he's older, but Suarez is not done. He's still a fantastic player. So I think when you see players like that coming over, even with Bale and Chiellini to LA, I think these are the moves that will make those a little bit in doubt of MLS. Definitely watch them, because these are players that they grew up watching.
Who aren't quite washed up just yet. I know
Yeah.
there's that tag, of course, with MLS over the years, but these guys actually have something left in the tank. I'm not sure about Bale, but the other guys do for sure. All right, so it's Room 442, room442.com is where you can find the full show later today. Thank you.